Okay, so I think that I'm ready. Thank you so much for joining Multi-Stream Live. I managed to add, uh, you see, like I have a multiple devices, Instagram, and then hope that you can find me and watch me. And then our cat Rosie is sitting by the window. She's enjoying her time. So we're gonna start. I'm attorney Jae Francis. I'm a U.S. immigration lawyer. We're based in Chicago, but serving all 50 states. Today is Thursday, 5 p.m. Central Time. We do a multi-stream live on every Thursday, 5 p.m. And today's topic is K1 and consular process cases. I have some updates. So while waiting for some of you to join this live from TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Hey Pedro, how are you? Thank you so much for joining from YouTube. And then hopefully I can, some of you joining from Instagram. I will be answering some of the questions today. And then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start with what Trump proposed this week, a gold card. You probably know that when you become a permanent resident, you receive a green card. The origin of the this plastic card is that it looks green, right? The color of the card is a green, so we call it green card. The form name is I-551, but President Trump proposed a gold green card or gold card. So basically, if you give 5 million to the U.S., it's not investment. Basically, you buy your green card with a 5 million. Then you will be a permanent resident. Obviously, after waiting 3 years, 5 years, then you become a U.S. citizen. Obviously, we have a EB-5, but this new program potentially replace EB-5 because EB-5 a little bit cheaper, 1.8 million ish or in half, but you need to do some investment. This one, the gold card, there is no investment. You just like give the money to the US. And then Trump touted that American companies love to spend this much money to bring the foreign talents. So those of you who have like a extraordinary ability, but just like to connect the American company, perhaps they may bring you to US. So that's like one rationale, right? They're gonna bring a lot of these talented people with the money and talents to the United States. The second one is that they're gonna make so much money, the U.S. government, and they're gonna balance the budget. Balance the budget. So that's the idea. Okay. Yeah. So then, Instagram Ashtush. When can you get driving license or state ID? Okay. So I will tell you this. Okay. When you apply for a marriage green card case or adjustment of the status, it can be employment based, then you'll get work permit and social. If you have it, then you don't get any new social. But once you have two items, right, work permit and then social, then you're eligible to apply for a driver license and then state ID. But state like Illinois and Washington state, you don't need a social. You may be able to get temporary state-only driver license. Here in Illinois, we call it TVDL, temporary visitors driver license. Okay. Well, it's good that I'm connecting Instagram too, but I need to navigate multiple monitors in the screen. Sorry. But I'm gonna be better. Okay. So Lob71 from YouTube asked a question. So he has a question or she has a question. If you must meet in 2 years before starting, okay, K1. Okay, so that's excellent question. So the Lob71 has question about in-person meeting requirement for K1, right? And that's one of the main requirement. But what if you met, 2 years ago, and that this 2 year window is like expiring, and that you're submitting K1, then it can be issue. It can be issue. So then my point is this: it is absolutely good idea to submit your K1 soon after you complete this 2 year in-person meeting requirement. Because let's say you meet 2 years ago and then this window expires in a month and you apply for K1, USCIS may issue the request for evidence. Like, have you met this person again? So, it can be problematic, and then just file, as soon as possible. I'm going to do my best to answer the question from YouTube, Instagram, and the TikTok. And then before I do it, let me drink some water. Okay. As you can see, for those of you joining this live, I'm attorney Jae Francis. Our lovely kitten, 3-month-old Rosie, Scottish Fold, is sleeping. She enjoys napping while I'm working, and probably to her, I'm just like looking at screen. But anyway, so I'm a little bit behind in TikTok inquiries, and then I'll get back to you, Pedro, and then YouTube inquiries. Just give me 1 second here. It's very active day. So I started with a gold card, and then I have other items to discuss. Well, obviously, this is the K1 consular process live, but you probably know that a couple of days ago, the government issue or announced that those of you who are undocumented or not registered with the government, it means that basically there's a like checklist. Then you need to do fingerprinting and give your home address. Otherwise, there will be monetary penalty or jail time, and then there will be additional announcements. So I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna make a long form YouTube video on this topic soon. Okay, so thank you so much for joining this multi-stream live. So Mrs. Crandon, you got DS 2060. Uh, yes, so you're at the National Visa Center. You got DS 260, and then 864 affidavit of support submitted, accepted, but I need a little bit more additional information. And then now, so some of you, you know, send us the comment or message. Like, TikTok is the comment, YouTube is comment, Instagram I don't get many. So I'm relatively new to Instagram. So but if you need an attorney, you need to call us, right? So YouTube, you'll be able to find the phone number, you can call us. But TikTok, I'm not able to tell you, so you need to go to my profile, find the phone number, and call us. Now, you need to know that not only me, my firm, all immigration attorneys, super hectic because the Trump's administration churning out, manufacturing new regulations, announcement every other day. And then if you hope to talk to me via TikTok message, good idea. But the better idea is to find the phone number. It's right there, and then call us. So I'm gonna go back to this. Okay. Just reviewing this. Um, okay. Somehow the TikTok questions is not complete in terms of you say something partially, and then it's kind of hard to answer any question. So then Pedro, okay, yes. Okay, so then Pedro is our client, and then 129F petition, right? The mailing address is the Dallas, Texas, but your case, right? And then your case will be assigned to most likely California Service Center. It is subject to change, but we're talking once we submit, it'll take about 3 months for California Service Center to approve your case. That's estimate, and that's what's going on right here. So Archida, okay, Archida file 129F in November went to California Service Center, and then she join us every week. Thank you so much. And she's still waiting. So you're almost 3 months, right? But in the past, California Service Center was very slow, and then there is no like announcement or confirmation, but just be aware that President Trump directive, right, resulted or will be resulting in staff reduction with Department of State. So the consular cases will take longer, right? But compared to Department of State, USCIS is called fee based. Remember that when you have a marriage green card case, you pay 2,375, right? So they operate with this payment by petitioners and applicants. So maybe there is no staff reduction, but what's happening under Elon Musk and Trump, they're like cutting federal staff left and right. So whether you support that or not is not the main concern here. But my main concern, same with you, is that all cases may take longer because of this staff reduction. I don't have an inside scoop on federal government, but based upon news reports, it's very chaotic. So what I'm trying to tell is that even without actual staff reduction, they're compelled to come up with a plan to lay off the people and how to save the money. It means it's more like admin work. So when you're telling federal employees to do all this admin work, it means that they're not doing what they're supposed to do. For you, reviewing your cases, right? With the USCIS and National Visa Center and then consular post. So we need to buckle up. Buckle up. It's going to take longer for all cases. We'll see. But so far, AUS cases, adjustment of the status cases, is going well. And then Lab 74 say thank you. Pedro say thank you. And then, okay, so Freedom from YouTube. The YouTube is nice because I see your questions on big screen, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the TikTok and Instagram thinking. They compel me to use either iPad or smartphone. Very small. Like it's kind of hard to navigate, right? When you look at the computer screen, you can use the mouse and you can easily see it. That's why I answer YouTube question faster, because I can see really fast. But TikTok, lots of questions, but small letters. And then, if I look at the iPad, like 1/3 only, like reserved to show the text. And Instagram is no better. But thank you so much for joining from Instagram. I'm just happy that I'm able to multi-stream multiple. Sorry, just like a little bit whining here. But going back to Freedom. So, I-130. So it looks like you're the U.S. citizen, and then your spouse in Pakistan, and you just file I-130. Okay. His question is how long it'll take under Trump. But even we go into Trumpian processing time, your spouse in Pakistan, you need to add 18 months on top of other cases because it takes longer. Islamabad is super slow. They're the slowest consular post now. And after that is Juarez, Mexico. So even not factoring Trump, your spouse case, we're talking 3 years and 4 years. I'm really sorry to tell you. But Islamabad is so slow. A lot of people like to come to US, just like the Juarez in Mexico. So we're talking 3 to 4 years, not factoring the Trump. But Trump announced. So this is a really good segue. So I'm gonna drink some water. So the Trump, very good at issuing executive orders, and then they have some sort of unifying kind of title. So one that he announced this month, February 12th, is the title. I'm going to read it for you. One Voice for America's Foreign Relations. So that's the executive order. It doesn't have a detail, but basically it's telling that executive branch, basically him, has the final say. and then telling everyone involved in foreign relations, including consular officers who conduct the interview. He's telling that you follow what we want, otherwise, typical, you'll be terminated. You'll be subject to discipline. So that's like a first main one. Follow me, otherwise you're out. And then they say that they're gonna make sure that they're gonna increase scrutinies and review, and then that's announced. But at this point, we don't have any we don't have any detail. So I will keep you posted. So in addition to Gold Card, then we have a new executive order applicable to consular process cases. I don't want to speculate too much, but previously they introduced during his first term Muslim travel ban, right? Chinese Communist Party travel ban. Uh, they're talking reducing B1, B2 validity period from 10 years to 1 year. And then in terms of your ability to renew, the card must be expired, less than certain time. So they're gonna make it more difficult. But having said it, okay. So the Ashutosh, you know what? You get special treatment because you're the only one from Instagram. And then I'm gonna answer your question. So he has a marriage, green card case, and then his question is how soon will he get work permit after submitting marriage green card case? Sorry, just babbling here. It's a long day. Marriage green card case application. Right now, 30 to 60 days later. 30 to 60 days later. Okay. Okay, so then Smiley Baba from YouTube, asked the question. So, how much does it cost for Smiley to have one-on-one consultation with me? Right, I have a attorney Alicia working with me, and then I have many team members who speak. All of them speak Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, but all my other team members, including attorney Alicia, speak Spanish. So he's wondering, like, hey, I'd like to talk to you, Dr. Jae Francis. How much does it cost? Call us. So this is what we do. When you call us, then we do a free case evaluation. It means that we get your names and phone number, email, basic information. And then if you would like to, we can give you pricing, how much it's going to cost, whether you have a case, right, and all this important information. Once we provide the information to you, then if you still like to talk to me, usually 150 up to 30 minutes. It's like a Zoom. So even though you're overseas, you can talk to me. So 150 for up to 30 minutes, that's really reasonable compared to other people. Up to 300 and more, but that's my rate. Okay. Or Roxanne asked whether I do WhatsApp. I don't do WhatsApp. Sorry, I do. I don't usually do text message because once you do it, you're gonna do like lots of text message. So we do Zoom. I do in-person consultation, and then I blogs, videos, but I don't do WhatsApp. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Pablo Vargas, I think that I talked to you previously. You joined this TikTok. I wouldn't say every week, but quite often. Um, oh, Smiley Baba, you're in Madison. Okay. So, sorry, I'm going to go back to Pablo. Okay, good. We love local clients. Although we're based in Chicago, we have an office in Madison. So, Smiley, if you like to meet me in person, because you're local, right? We offer in-person consultation in Madison, Wisconsin, and then Schaumburg, Illinois. For those of you who's joining from Iowa, Minnesota, Indiana, welcome to see me in person. But by the way, in-person consultation is $200 up to 30 minutes. And then in Madison, it can be with me or with attorney Alicia. So, Smiley, of course, attorney Alicia speaks English. She's a native English speaker. I'm not. I was born in South Korea. So we're not, compelling you, Smiley, to speak Spanish. I just say that, we have a lot of Spanish speaking clients or potential clients. And I'm just telling you that we can talk to you in English or Spanish. But if you talk Korean, maybe watch the Korean drama. If you want to talk to me in Korean, be my guest. I can talk to you in Spanish. But by the way, Smiley, attorney Alicia, and I, we speak English primarily. That's our primary language. Let me drink some water, okay? Okay, so back to TikTok. Pablo, okay, yeah, Pablo answer. So you submitted a medical exam by now, right? By now, that you need to submit include 693 medical exam along with your I-130, 45 forms and supporting documents. But when Pablo submitted his application, marriage green card case, it was not included or was not required to include it. So many of you who's watching TikTok, YouTube submitted medical exam later, but the problem is that the USCIS doesn't give you any feedback. Like they don't really tell you that we're moving into next step. But for Pablo and others, next step would be either approval, right, or interview. Because Pablo, you submitted your medical exam via the request for evidence, right? So you got one RFE, but there's a possibility that you may get second RFE too. So either RFE, approval, or interview, but they don't really tell you what's next. Okay. Okay, so Mr. Costello. Now, he's asking whether there will be interview for all AOS cases. The answer is not yet. I mean, still, for our cases, marriage-based green card, family-based, we don't get many cases scheduled for interview, like 1% of our cases scheduled for interview. All others waited, right, 6 months, and they got approval. So answer is Mr. Costello, we don't have any confirmation that mandatory interview has returned, but that's a possibility. And this is my sort of understanding of what Trump is trying to do. His main focus right now is to mass deportation, right? Mass deportation and alien registration. By the way, announced a couple of days ago, I made a short video. I'm working on the long form video and then giving you all these updates. Just stay tuned. My plan is to launch or post YouTube long form on alien registration this Saturday or Sunday. But that's like mass deportation is like number one priority. Number two, consular process. That's your second target. And the third one is AOS, adjustment of the status, humanitarian visa, right? All these, asylum. So that's what he like to do. I could be wrong, right? I don't buddy with Elon Musk or Trump, but that's my understanding. Okay, so we have a Zoe Ramos from Instagram. So you're the second inquiry from Instagram, and then I'll tell you this because I don't have many Instagram viewers. I'm relatively new to that platform. I will answer your question no matter what. Okay, so I'm gonna read your question for you. So Joey Ramos, you got married to U.S. citizen. Congratulations. How long does it take to adjust your status? Because you're from Mexico and you enter with a tourist visa. So how long does it take? Right now, right? Depends on where you live. If there's no interview, we're talking 6 months. You'll get either approval or interview 6 months once you submit everything. So it's still fast. If you need an attorney, I think that Instagram, there's a phone number in my profile. You can find us. I confuse Smiley a little bit, but Zoe, if you need someone who speaks Spanish, all my team members speak Spanish, but you don't need to speak Spanish to us. You can talk to in English. Okay, switching back to TikTok, and then I'm gonna see whether I've had more YouTube. Okay, now yeah. So then Giselle. So you submitted a response to request for evidence RFE, and then you didn't get any confirmation. Usually, the USCIS, sometimes they will send you confirmation. Sometimes they don't. So when you're in doubt, call them. If you have a USCIS account, my USCIS account, then you can upload same copy, duplicate copy into your account. And then I will tell you this, circling back to alien registration, for those of you who are undocumented and never submitted any immigration paperwork with the government, right? You need to register, otherwise there will be monetary penalty or jail time. And then the way that you do it is through my USCIS account. They haven't published yet. So don't think that you should do it now. I'm just telling you that in the future, near future, you need to do so with my USCIS account. The same for you, Giselle. If you have a my USCIS account, you should upload your response to your my USCIS account, unless your RP was about the medical exam, because you need to mail physical copy. So that's the exception. Otherwise, you can do it too. Yeah, I know. I mean, the USPS tracking say that it was delivered, but doesn't mean that USCIS completed review or move on to next step. So it's a different agency. Rahma, okay, so you're here with the parole. There's a different kinds of parole, right? Humanitarian parole, advanced parole, or you enter the U.S. without inspection, but your parole depends. Now, Rahma and all others, if you're here with a parole, right? Like I said, humanitarian parole, or you enter without inspection, but your parole, then just contact us. Usually the best option is to apply for asylum. Probably that's why you entered the U.S. You came to the U.S., right? Or if you get married to a U.S. citizen, then you can try that route too. So call us, okay? Yeah, Shinda asked whether Trump will change 751. Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell. The 751, right? 751 was introduced under Clinton long time ago, right? 1990s. So probably they need a congressional act to make changes to 751. But your question is more like, will it take longer? Kind of hard to tell. But we don't have any updates on 751. Okay, so triple heart, right? So your parole is going to expire now. Probably, usually parole, you're probably you have a 2-year humanitarian parole, right? And then expires. Did you submit your 589 asylum? Probably that's your best solution. But if you file asylum more than 1 year, after 1 year, then it can be a problem, because when Trump say that mass deportation, one of the consideration is that whether you file asylum within 1 year, or you may get married to U.S. citizen. That's the best option all the time. What about a Canadian? You mean like whether Canadians who enter without any visa waiver, are they required to register with the government, like the alien registration? Yes, that's one. Yeah, that's included. But just wait for me. I'm gonna provide the details. Okay, so I'm super excited. I pump that. Bill's okay. Looks like Wilson is my client anyway. But I'm about to go, so I'm not leaving because of you, Wilson. But I usually do 30 minutes, so it's time to say goodbye. So thank you so much for joining me on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. And then I'm gonna figure out the better way to see you all. But I do multi-stream live Thursday 5 p.m. Central Time. You may post a question next week, 5 p.m. Central Time. I'm gonna talk about Trump immigration. I'm gonna talk about gold card, alien registrations, and all the updates that I'm sure that President Trump and his team members churning out every other day. I'm tired. Until then, peace be with you. Thank you so much for joining this live. Bye.